Good evening, guys. This is Genesis tutorial. My name is Lazy. On today's video, I'll be teaching you guys on how to solve questions on curve fitting. Example one says that two quantities x and y are related by the law y equals a over 1 minus b squared, where a and b are constant. Using the values given below, that that is this. Now you have to draw a stable graph and hence determine the best values of a and b. Okay. Now in this question, it's not a must that you must draw a graph. But if you insist you want to draw a graph, it's fine. No. But I'm saying that it's not a must that you must draw a graph. Okay. Now you can still solve it manually. You still get your correct answer. Now therefore, since the question given to us is what is y equals a over 1 minus b squared, so it means that let's solve, and also it means that we have to make this equation to resemble what this equation. Okay, so that becomes let's solve, that becomes what y is equals what. Now cross multiply this, that becomes what y times this is equal to a times 1, which is y bracket 1 minus b squared. So that is equal to a times 1. So therefore y times 1 is y minus b. Y times b squared is b squared y, which is equal to a times 1 is a. So if you check this now collect like terms, we have that y this a cross over here, y minus a is equal to this move over here became what b squared y squared. Now if you check this is not in the form of this, so therefore we have to make it to be, so we have to make this to be in the form of what this. Okay, so that becomes so therefore that becomes now divided through by coefficient of y, and the coefficient of y here is what the coefficient of y here is what is b squared. Okay, so that becomes if all through by coefficient of y, which is b squared, all through by b squared, and all through by b squared. So therefore y over b squared minus a over b squared, then b squared y over b squared. If this cancel out, that remains only y is equals to y over b squared minus a over what b squared. So therefore what to do now? Note we have to make this equation now to resemble y equals a plus bs. Okay, so therefore what to do, you have to multiply both sides by what x squared. Now I have to multiply both sides by x squared. Our main consideration is to make this equation to resemble this. You understand? So therefore I have to multiply everything here by x squared. So if I multiply everything here by x squared, so my answer I'll be having multiply everything here by x squared. So I'll be having what x squared times y is equal to y over b squared times x squared minus a over b squared times x squared. Okay, so therefore that becomes what x squared y is equal to what x squared cancel x squared remains y over b minus x squared cancel x squared remains a over b. So if you check this now, this equation has become the form of y equals a plus bs, where a is a constant and the constant here is what is a over b, and y alone here y is what is y over b, which is something as y. Okay, and also x here is what x here is x squared y, x value is what x squared y value is what is y over b, which is something as y, and the constant a is here is a over b. Okay, so therefore I have to make this stand alone. So that becomes y. Always know that y is equal to y is always the first. So y is always the solid formula. That becomes what I have this now. Making this stand alone, we have y over b is equals to what is equals to x squared y. This cross over here becomes plus a over b is equals to what? It's the same thing. The equation of y equals to ms plus c. So if you check this equation now, this equation is the form of what this, and also in the form of what this. So therefore, if you check this equation now, if you check this equation, y is equals to what is y, x is equals to x squared y, c is constant and constant is a over b. The same thing applicable here. Y is what is y, a constant is a over b, and x is what x squared y. You understand? So therefore what's next? Join our table for calculations. Now if you check this now, for us to find the values, the constant will be using to find the values of what a and b. Remember that you have to find the values of a and b. Okay. Now the constant will be using to find this. Now how to do it? Now if you check this whenever you are giving a curve fitting and an equation is in the form of this, the equation is in the form of this, okay, the form of this, always use the formula. The question is the form of this, or the equation is a set line equation. Always use the formula. Always use the formula word sigma yx minus c sigma x times x, where sigma ys means y axis times what, x axis. Sigma x times s means x axis times multiplied by x axis. I repeat again, sigma ys means what, ys means y axis times what, x axis. Now x times s means x axis times what, x axis. Okay, so if you check in this equation now, if you check in this equation, the y axis here is what, the y axis here is what, is y, and the x axis here is what, is x squared y. So therefore it means that I have to find the values of what, s squared y squared. You understand now? So it means that I have y axis is y and x axis, which is what, x squared y squared. So it means that I have to find the values of x squared y squared. And also remember here we also have what, x axis times x axis, abi. So therefore also the x axis here is this, abi. So which is x axis times x axis, that becomes x squared y times x squared y will give you what, x raised to the power 4 y squared. So it means that I have to find x raised to the power 4 y squared values. Now therefore let's start. Given that the x values are this already, they have already given us the x values, abi, and also they have given us the y values. so therefore that becomes these are my what, x values, these are my y values. So check this, I have to find what I have to find x squared, abi. So my x squared is what, 4 squared is 16, 6 squared is 36, then the rest. Now after that remember that we are also know that ys is equals what, ys is equals what, is y times what, x squared y, which is what, which is x squared y squared. Okay, and also know that x times x is same thing as what, x axis is x squared y, which is x squared y times what, x squared y, which is what, which is x what, x4y squared. Okay, which is x4y squared. So therefore that becomes, now let's start. So for here I have to find x squared. So x squared is what, is this. I have to find x4. I know that x raised to the power 4 is something as x squared times x squared, which is this. So 16 times 16 will give you what, this. 36 times 36 will give you what, this. 64 squared will give you what, this. The rest according like that. So what then, I have to find y squared. Now y squared is what, this squared will give you this, this squared will give you this. So after that, what is it? I have to find what, I have to find x squared y. So x squared y is x squared times what, x squared times y, which is this times will give you what, this times will give you what, this. So and the rest I got it like that. So what's it? I have to find x squared y squared. X squared y squared is what, 16 times this will give you what, this. 36 times this will give you what, this. Now therefore the rest I got in that way. The what next is what, x raised to the power 4 times y squared. So x raised to the power 4 is this, times y squared is this. So this times will give you what, this times will give you what, this, and the rest I got in that way. So after doing that, now this is my total. I have to find my total of y. Now my total of what, x squared y, and then my total of x squared y squared, and my total of x raised to the power 4 y squared. So therefore after doing that, what's next? Sorry. So what's next? I have to work. Now we have to find the value of what? I have to find the value of b. Now ask yourself, how do I know that I'll find the value of b first before a? So if you check in this equation, is y equals a plus b as b, our normal equation for what? For straight line equation. So if you take this now, what constant, what variable, what constant is attached to x is what? Is b. So therefore this means that I have to find what, b first. If you check, this is x, this and this is x axis, this is y axis. Remember I said that x times a, which means x axis times x axis, and here is ys means y axis times what, x axis. Okay, so where c is constant as before, so therefore c is constant, which is equals to b. It means that b b is what is attached to what is x axis, so c is equals to what b, so means that b is attached to what x axis, and c is attached to what x axis, so means that c is equals to b, so means that b is equals to c, so means that here is what is b, so that becomes now therefore sigma ys means total of yx. Now I know that my total of ys, my ys means what y axis times x axis that be, so therefore my ys was what, ys is equals to what is x squared y squared, so what's the total, x squared y squared, my total was this, so I put it down. Now what again, minus total of x times x, that is x axis times x axis, which is x times x is what is x raised to power 4y squared, so which is what that my answer is what is this, abi, so I put it what here, so that is equals to what 0. Now what's next, if I should collect like terms, that becomes what this crossover here is equals to what this. Now therefore divide through by coefficient of b, the coefficient of b is what is this, so divide all through by 8312392.04 all through by this, so if I cancel out this, that remains b, this divided by this will give what 0.008, so therefore if b is 0.008, now to find a, put b equals to this in what, in equation, so therefore putting b equals to this in this equation, our original equation is what is y over b is equals to a squared y plus a over b, so that becomes this, so putting b equals to this in this equation, so that becomes y. Now my total of y is what, total of y is 53.5, so 53.5 all over b is 0.008, right, is equals to x squared y, my total of x squared y is what x squared y is 5297.36, okay, so that is 5297.36 plus now a over b is 0.008, right, so that becomes now therefore what do you do, this divided by this will give you what, this is equal to this plus a over 0.008, so collecting like terms, that becomes this cost over here becomes minus, so 6687.5 minus this will give is equals a over 0.008. Now therefore what's next, so therefore that becomes what, this minus this will give what, this is equals to a over what, this. Now what do you do, cross multiply this, if you cross multiply it, that becomes this times this is equals to a times what, 1, so this times this is equals to what, 11.2, a times 1 is a, so therefore a is what 11.2 and b is what 0.08. so after doing that, put the values of this in our original equation given to us in equation. The equation is what it is, so that after doing that, now put the values of this, your values of a and b in this equation, so that becomes so that becomes what, my value of a is what, values of a is 11.12, right, all over 1 minus my value of b is 0.008 x squared, so therefore this is the final answer for this. Very, very simple. Now I have number 2 question. Number 2 question says that the current I in milliamperes in a circuit is measured for various values of what, applied voltage. Now they say that if the law connecting I and voltage, if the law connecting I and V is given by what, I equals a v raised to power n, where a and n are the what, constant. Now you have to what, draw a suitable graph and determine the values of a and n that best fit the set of recorded values. So if you check this now, the values given to us is what, is voltage and current. So and the values for voltage are what, are this, the values for current are what, are this, okay. So there, what's next, what to do next? So now I know that, and the equation given to us is this, right? So this was our equation. Now know that whenever you are solving a curve fitting in this form, they gave you something raised to power n, you understand? They gave you something raised to power something. Know that always apply this formula. Always take the log of both sizes. Okay, now therefore taking the log of this equation, that becomes log of current, log I is equal to log A times, you know that this is times log v raised to power n. So therefore that becomes log I is equal to log A. You know that times in log is what, is plus what, this crossover here, this thing is same thing as I have log AB is same thing as what, is same thing as b log A. Okay, so that becomes what, so this reverses here, that becomes any log v. So if you check this now, compare this equation with this, y is equal to ms plus c. So it means that this is same thing as what is this. So if you say that this is log I is what? Is y, abi? Log I is y. Log A is my what? Constant, that is c. And also if you check here, log v, log plot, we have any LOV is what? Is ms. So if you check that this equation resemble what? This equation, and also it also resemble this equation, y equals what? A plus what? Bs, where y is what? Log I, A is constant, which is log A, plus what? Bs is what? Any log what? V. Okay, where s is what? Any log V. You understand? As you can see that they are all the same. Now therefore, drawing the table for calculations. Now if you check this now, let, as usual, let v equals what? X. So if you check it, this is what? This is x and this is y. So if you check it now, let v equals what? X, and let let y equals current. So that becomes, I have is log x, where v is, we say let v equals x, right? So therefore we have a log x. These are the values of what? These are the values. If you check it, this is v, right? So this is v. If you check it now, log 8 is what? Log 8 is 0.9. Log 12 is what? Log 12 is 1.1. Okay, sorry. Yes. So if you check it, so log 15 is what? Log 15 is 1.2. Log 20 is what? Log 20 is 1.3. Log 28 is what? 1.4. And log 36 is 1.6. So the same thing. Log 41.1 is what? Is 1.6. Okay, the same. So therefore, what's next? You know that whenever you are given the formula used to solve any coefficient in this form is, the formula used to solve it is always in the form of what? It's always in the form of it's always in the form of sigma xy minus mu sigma x square minus any sigma what? X equal to what? Please, sorry, let me write it very well in the way you understand. We have form to solve coefficient in this form is always in the form of what? Sigma xy minus mu sigma x squared minus any sigma what? X is equal to 0. Okay, also after that, also please let me write it here. Also I have that sigma what? Sigma y minus mu sigma x minus NEC is equal to what? 0. Where this is equation 1, this is what? Equation 1, 2. Okay, so therefore let's start. So if you check equation 1, xy, that means I have to find xy. Xy is 0.9 times 1.6 will give you this. 1.1 times this will give you what? This. Again, we have this. I also have what? I have x squared. Now x squared. I have x squared. X squared is what? 0.9 squared is 0.9 squared is what? Is 0.8. 1.1 squared is 1.0. Always know that I'm leaving this in what? In one decimal place. Okay, you understand? So that is it. We check x is what? X is log x. Y is what? Is log y. So they are all given. Now after doing that, what's next? I have to find the total of what? Total values of this. Now in total value of log x is 7.5. Total value of log y is 11.1. Total value of xy is 14.2. Total value of x squared is 9.7. Okay, so that now therefore applying the formula. Now applying the formula, we have that applying the formula sigma what? Xy minus mu sigma x squared, okay, minus c sigma what? X is equal to 0. Call this equation what? 1, right? Okay, call this equation what? Call equation 1. And also have that sigma y minus mu sigma x minus any c is equal to 0. Call this equation what? 2. So let's solve. And this is equation 1, this is equation 2, right? And where sigma xy is, that is total of xy is 14.2. See it here, total of xy is 14.2. So that becomes total of xy is 14.2. Put it here. So that becomes, I have this 14.2 minus, now the total of x squared is what? 9.7. That becomes 9.7 m minus total of x is 7.5. That becomes 7.54 c is equal to what? 0. Equation what? 1. And also I have this sigma y. Total of y is 11.1 minus m sigma x. Total of x is what? That becomes 7.5 m minus any. This any means what? The number of what? Of the terms given. Now the number of terms given here is what? The number of terms are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So therefore that means that n is equals to what? 6. So that becoming that becomes 6c is equals to 0. So if you check this now, I have to find what? M1 and what? M1 and C. Okay. Now therefore using Cramer's rule of matrix to find M1 and C. Here this is what is it? This is what? If you check this now, so if you check this, that becomes, I have is minus 9.7 m minus 7.5 c. This crossover here become minus 14.2. See equation 1. Here minus 7.5 m minus 6c is equals to, this crossover here become minus 11.1. Equation 1, 2. So using Cramer's rule to find m1 and 1 c. Okay, so therefore that becomes what? I have this minus 9.7 minus 7.5 minus 7.5 minus 6 is equal to minus 14.2 and minus 11.1. So to find m, put this in what? In m columns. This is m columns, right? So put this in m columns. That becomes minus 14.2 minus 11.2. Then repeat minus 7.5 minus 6. So what's next? This minus what? This. Always know that this minus this. So that becomes what? I have this bracket minus 14.2 times minus 6 minus bracket minus 7.5 times what? Minus 11.1. So this times will give you what? 85.2 minus this times will give you what? 83.25. So this minus will give you what? 1.95. Now to find C, put this in what? In C columns. That becomes minus 9.7 minus 7.5, then minus 14.2 and what? Minus 11.1. Always know that this minus this, okay? So that becomes minus 9.7 times minus 11.1 minus bracket what? Minus 14.2 times what? Times minus 7.5. So that becomes what? I have this times will give you what? 107.67 minus this times will give you what? 106.5. So this minus this will give you what? 1.17. So now after doing that, what's next? So what's next? That to find the determinant. To find the determinant means that collect the terms. Collect what? This term. Don't replace it with this. Collect this the term like this. That becomes we have minus 9.7. You have minus 9.7. You have minus 7.5 minus 7.5 minus 7.5 minus 7.5, then minus 6 minus 6. So let's start. That becomes, know that this minus this. So minus 7.5 times minus 6 minus bracket minus 7.5 times minus 7.5. So that becomes, this times will give you 50.2 minus this times will give you 56.25. So that becomes, I have this minus will give you 1.95. So m is equals to what? The value of m all over what? The determinant. So my m value was what? My m value was 1.95, right? So that becomes 1.95 all over the determinant is 1.95. So this divided by this will give you what? 1. And my c value was what? 1.17. So that becomes 1.17 all over the determinant value is 1.95, right? So that becomes 1.17 divided by 1.95 is 0.6. So therefore, so since mo is 1, c is 0.6. Now to find the value of a is, we have that, remember that log I is equals to log a plus any log v, right? Which is still the same thing as y equals ms plus c, right? So therefore that becomes, we have this log I is equals log a plus any log v, which is the same thing as y is equals to what? C plus ms, which is same thing where a is constant, c is constant, where x is v and mo is what? N. Okay, so therefore if you check this now, n is what? N is 1, abi. So and if you check in our values, we have to find what? We have to find a and n. So therefore to find n now, to find n is what? Since it says that mo is equals to n, so that becomes mo is equals to what? N. So that becomes mo is equals to n, which is equal to 1, and mo is 1. So that means what? N will be also equal to 1. And also they say that C is equal to log A, okay, where C is constant and A is also constant. So that becomes now C is equal to log A. Now what's C? My C is 0.6 equals to log A. Now we have to find A. To find A now is the same thing as what? Anti-log of what? Anti-log of 0.6. So therefore that becomes what? Anti-log of 0.6 is what? Is 4.0. So therefore N is 1 and A is 4.0. Now therefore putting your values in our equation, in this equation, in this word equation, so that becomes so therefore I is equals to where A is 4 and then V and where N is 1, so therefore I is equals to 4 what V. That is the word, that is the relationship. Please guys, this is very simple. Please guys, if you find this video interesting and helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and share. Thank you.